Hello everyone, 皆さん、こんにちは. This is Koko-sensei. So I am answering my student's question, Siri, and she says, basically, I don't know anything about shadowing. I end up just putting them everywhere, and it looks weird. So I'd like to learn some basics. A really good question, Siri. So let's do this. Today's lesson is how to put shadows and shading on your drawings. Let's get in. We're going to use this girl. I drew that not too long ago. We're going to use her as an example. Okay, so now I have black and white outline. So the most important, before you do any shadowing or shadings, boom, you have to know where the light is coming from. You have to decide the location of the sun or light, and then you have to follow. Once you decide, you don't change. You stick with it. Let me show you the example. So for example, let's say the sun is here. So if you think naturally, this part is going to be light and this is going to be dark. You're not going to put the shadow over here. You're focused on putting the shadow over here, this area, because of the angle, and the sun is here. So let's do the example. Oh yeah, and by the way, when you're adding the shade, I wouldn't do like these bulky lines. Try to do some shade. Try to draw some light colors. You don't want to draw too strong. I recommend you to draw a light colors, and the color looks nice when it's almost the same, almost the same width, instead of the shadow and then suddenly you have this big. Make sure that once you have these shading lines, make sure it's the same width, so they'll look so much nicer on your drawings. Okay, let's see. So for example, so as I said, the sun is on the right side, so I'm going to add some shadings. So first of all, I'm going to add under the chin. Under the chin is always good because you can see naturally there's a shade all the time. So I'm going to put here, maybe just a little bit here. And you might say, why are you putting the shadow? Because the sun is coming this way. But because there's a chin right here. There's a chin right here. So it's blocking the sunlight. That's why you're adding the chin. Like I like to do the both sides. And then always nice to do under the bangs, the hair, if the character has a bangs. So I'll just do slightly. I'm not gonna be careful not to do overdone, like overdraw of the shadows, because if you draw too much of it and the picture looks kind of how to say too realistic. So you have to know the good balance. Another thing is it's always good to draw the ear, so it shows the depth of the ears. You have ear holes. And then I like to do under the nose. It's a personal preference, but I like it. And because this girl, she is biting off the lip, so I might like to do something like this, maybe. And then the hair, of course you want to draw shades here because of the shade, big area. I wouldn't draw like this, so like that. And again, be careful not to put too much. You might want to stop before you want to add extra. So if you feel like it's not enough, that's the time to stop. Otherwise it'll be too much shades, as Siri was saying. Something like this. And then the cloth. When the cloth is overlaps, it always makes a shadow. So naturally you're getting a shade inside this part. And also I might just do that here as well because of the, it's where the cloth overlaps. And then something like this. And of course the shoulder part, I'll probably just do a little bit more. So it's something like this. But see, if you put the shadows too much, then I don't know, that just I feel like the drawing is becomes a little bit off. You want to stop adding the shape before you feel like you want to put extra. I know it's kind of fun to draw, shadows sometimes maybe, but stop it before you feel like you want to put extra. So that's my advice. Let's try to do the other side. So what happens if the sun is on the left side? Yeah, so again, when the sun is this side, this is going to be light and this is going to be, shadow in general. So let's try this. Okay. So first of all, I'm going to add the shade. And when the hair overlaps, we can always add some lines where it overlaps. So it's something like this. Nodes. And I might just do a little bit, maybe not. I'm not gonna do the face. I think it's gonna be too much. So see, I have to stop before I feel like putting more. So that's important. Something like this. And then the shadow, of course, this has a big shading area. And remember, when the sun was here on this side before, I put the shadow inside here. But because the sun is over here now, I am adding shade more like here. And I'm not gonna put any shadows on the shoulder because it's basically, she's getting a lot of sunlight. So something like this. So when you're drawing the shadows, tip 1 is know where the light is coming from, and tip 2 is to make sure you are adding a really nice equal lines, not random like this. And tips number 3 is to stop adding the shadows before you feel like adding extras. So this is my advice for you. I hope this helps. If you have any questions, let me know. Okay everybody, thank you so much for watching videos, and don't forget to subscribe. Until next time, mata ne! Bye!